How can you go from this to something more like this? That's what we're going to cover in this video. My name is Simen and I'm a guitarist, music producer and graphic designer from Norway. I'm here to share everything I've learned so far in my journey and document what I learn in real time. A quick note before we start. Changing chords is actually way harder than most people think, because you have to move multiple fingers at the same time to the perfect location. But no matter how hard it can be, it's still an essential skill for all guitarists. So let's learn how to change chords faster. And we're going to do that in 3 steps. Let's start with step 1. For this example, we're going to switch between 2 chords. The first chord is C major 7. So we're going to play it like this. First finger on the 3rd fret on the A string. Then we have 5, 4, 5. The next chord is going to be D minor 7. And we're going to play it like this. So that's going to be the 2nd finger on the 5th fret on the A string. 3, 5, 6. So I chose these chords because it's going to be easy to demonstrate the 3 steps, but this is going to work for any chords. And this first step is all about breaking down the chords into 1 note at a time, because it's going to be really hard if you just dive straight into trying to move all the fingers at once. That's just really hard. So let's do 1 note at a time. I'm going to start on the lowest note in the chord. That's going to be the 3rd fret on the A string in this case, on the C major 7. Then we're just going to go downwards and add 1 note at a time. So like this. Okay. Now we're going to change to the new chord, to the D minor 7. And we're going to use the same approach, but moving from the C major 7. So look at this. Then we just want to practice going back and forth. And if you can, also try to let the notes ring, like this. Then we want to practice this faster and faster. And this is a great way to start, because now we're getting used to where the fingers have to go, but just 1 finger at a time. That's just way easier than doing all the fingers at once. So let's do a little sip for all the progress so far. Let's move on to step 2. Now we're going to do a similar thing, but we're also going to play the whole chord. So let's start with the C major 7. First, we're going to find all the notes, 1 at a time, as we just did. So look at this. I'm finding all the notes one at a time, starting from the lowest note. Then I'm going to play the chord. Pause. Then I'm going to do the same for the D minor 7. So find all the notes, one note at a time. Play the chord. Pause. Then go back to C major 7. One note at a time. Pause. And just keep going back and forth. And eventually you can do this faster and faster. By the way, I've made a complete roadmap of everything about chords and other guitar skills to learn in order, from complete beginner to pro. You can get it for free. I'll leave the link in the description. Let's move on to step number 3. And everything we have done so far leads up to this last step. Because in the long run, we don't want to move one finger at a time. So you have to actually practice moving everything at once. But step 1 and step 2 makes this step much easier. So let's start by trying to find the C major 7 chord. Slowly move all your fingers to the correct location. Play the chord. Pause. Then try to move all your fingers at once to the next chord. And do it very slowly. Until you have the chord, and then play the chord. Then back to C major 7 again. Move all the fingers at once. Then we keep going back and forth. And only play the chord when you have actually found all the notes. It's going to be very tricky in the beginning, so we just have to give it some time. But eventually you get used to the movement, and then you can just do it faster and faster. So that's 3 steps you can follow to change chords faster. In the next video, I'll go through 6 different levels of chords on guitar. Have a wonderful day.